Much appreciated, Coach. Smack dab in the middle of I-295 that encircles the city of Jacksonville in Northeast Florida. There's a good look at TIAA Bank Field. This crowd excited to see their Jaguars as both teams emerged from their tunnels a moment ago. We are just about ready for football as the Jags get set to match up with Marcus Mariota and the Tennessee Titans. On 1st and 10, here's Mariota. And his first pass is incomplete.
The beauty of being able to play a zone defense when you can sit back and see the ball coming out of the quarterback's hands, guess what? Creates a lot of confusion, kind of a muddle in the middle of the field where you can go make a play on the football.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. Now a first-time 1,000-yard rusher from a season ago, it's Derrick Henry. And he'll get this from the 25 to the 30 for a pickup of 5.
Get him, boy! Get him, boy!
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
Third play here, this opening drive as they're up against a 3rd and 5. From the gun, Mariota. Caught right side, Davis. And the broken tackle helps lead to a first down gain. 8 yards, first down as they're able to convert.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially as pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. One of his main targets, Delaney Walker, the intended receiver. But it'll be 2nd down. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
Well, I know it goes against the instincts of the person catching the ball because all you're ever taught is catch the football, don't drop it.
But drop it there.
Yeah, in that situation, dropping it would have been better. End up losing yardage, even though they completed the pass.
As good as a sack.
Yeah, how about that? Although they won't get the same credit for it, and it won't help them at contract time.
And he finds his target. It's sharp. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 17 yards on that play for the Titans.
I don't believe that this opening drive is surprising to either one of us after the time we spent with the coaching staff and players prior to the game. What about you?
Absolutely. Not only that, but that big article in this paper this morning about their philosophy on starting games like you're shot out of a cannon, and that's what they've done. Very methodical here on this first drive.
Yeah, so many teams talk about that fast start. We're actually seeing it happen right here in front of us.
But now the kicker. Can they cap it off by putting the ball in the end zone? A good pickup there at 22.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
A first down throw for Mariota. And an alley to run. And avoids the contact by sliding. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. On 2nd down, here's Henry. He'll get forward for 3 down to the 16-yard line. That's some good tackling there to keep him short of that yellow line.
Yeah, defensively, all I'm thinking is that on that play, get me to 3rd down. Get me into a position where I can make one more play and get my defense off the field.
This will be play number 9 coming up on this relatively long opening drive as they look to convert on 3rd down. Mariota. He finds Humphreys. It'll be a pickup of 4, good enough to earn him yet another first down.
That throw is not going to get them a whole lot, but that really didn't matter, did it? They got what they needed on that throw. Picked up the first down, and I'm going cliche here. Game of inches, partner.
Absolutely. And you talked to me a lot about opening drives, how key those are to set the tone. You kept the drive alive. Third down conversion here is big. Open man is Davis. He's got it for the Tennessee touchdown. Corey Davis there to make the grab. And the Titans take the ball down the field and score on their opening drive. Personally, for him, a great opening drive. He had 3 catches, including the touchdown.
That felt like tremendous scouting, great film watching, and creating a game plan to start this off, not only to get him involved, but to send a message to the defense. You can have a lot to handle in this one.
Now, after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. For Jacksonville, as they take the field here again on offense, tough start to the season. Not only do you play Kansas City and you lose, you also lose your quarterback, Nick Foles. Now, look, Gardner Minshew came in, did a nice job, but where do they go from here, Charles?
Well, we all know they're going to try and lean heavily on Leonard Fournette running the ball, but you would think every defense would stack the line of scrimmage and see how that works out and then try and dare Gardner Minshew to beat him over the top. So that means that those receivers out wide, they'll have to start making some big-time plays for him. Marquise Lee, D.D. Westbrook, Chris Conley, DJ Chark, they've got to pick up their quarterback, help their offense out until they can get Nick Foles back running things again.
From the 24, they'll go again on 2nd and 10. The dump-off gets him only 1, and now you're looking at a 3rd down.
Oh, yeah!
Now, Charles, what's the mindset here offensively? You gave up the touchdown pretty quickly. Would it have changed if you had gotten a stop and it would be 0-0 right now, or no?
I wouldn't think so. I think in most cases, just down a touchdown, you know, I mean, we're just getting started here. It should be a long way to go. You think to yourself, stick with the game plan, all the things you worked on in practice. But you have some teams that when they get down, their natural tendency is to aggressively strike back. And let's see if they want to get outside of the game plan we expect and try and be aggressive on their first series. I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that first down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
Now, this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Off play action, it's Minshew. And he's taken to the ground, but he was pulled down by the face mask. Here come the flags. And I believe this is going to be a first down. After 1, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter now from Jacksonville, and it's the Jags with the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. So the face mask, quite a blessing there as they'll start out of harm's way with a 1st and 10. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Lee. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. Well, they're piecing together a nice drive to start this one. Seems pretty scripted and pretty successful so far.
And I think they did it without our help. Because you remember when we sat in the production meeting with them to talk about this, and hey, you know, how you guys going to come out of the gate? I know I offered my help with a few plays, and they didn't seem to want it.
I didn't offer mine.
You know, you were the smart one. Whatever they're doing, though, it's working really well.
Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Looking to throw on second down. Minshew, and down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Now they'll try to convert on 3rd and 6 after the 4-yard completion. Minshew throwing on 3rd down. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. Certainly not what they wanted there. No gain, and it's 4th down. Now the old pass completion for no gain, not something you want to call up out of the playbook too often.
Yeah, most offensive coordinators don't have that on their play sheet, so they've got to go back and scramble after this one. But right now, with what they're telling receivers about making sure you take care of the ball in open field, sometimes the fighting for extra yardage doesn't come as a result. That and good tackling can lead to no yards gained.
So, yes, it's only 3, but at least they're able to answer back after giving up the touchdown to start the game.
Yeah, I like the observation there because getting some points on the board, very positive for them. Feel a little bit better about things because if you don't score, you potentially have opened the door for them to score again, and then you're down 14.
Now after the made field goal, back out Lambeau to kick this one off. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he's able to get it across the 20, but not by much, as he's marked down at the 21-yard line. A chance here as Tennessee comes back onto the field to talk about what they did to Cleveland in Week 1. I think that was probably the biggest surprise around the league. Cleveland with all those expectations, but the Titans thumped them 43-13.
And you'll back me up here, right? Did I not tell you prior to this game that Tennessee would beat Cleveland?
You did?
I mean, this is one that I saw coming, but not in this way. I didn't see, what was it, 43-13?
Yeah.
I did not see that, but I thought Tennessee would go into Cleveland and win. This is a team that has the potential to have a top-5 defense and an offense that can be scary with all the weapons that they've added.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Mariota, and Walker has it. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
3rd and short yardage. Mariota. He'll buy some time right. He may try and run for this. Mariota had an 87-yard run as a rookie. This one a bit less, but it is a 1st down.
When they watch film of this game and hand out the grade sheets, he's going to really like getting a double plus on this play. Why? He scrambles and picks up a 1st down. But what else does he do? Protects himself by sliding and avoiding the big hit. Double plus, big-time play.
Throwing on 1st down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, Charles, as we peek back to Week 1, what would you say were the positives for some teams or individuals that you took away?
Well, it started on opening night. Green Bay and their defense, not necessarily Aaron Rodgers and what they did going into Chicago and winning. Kansas City, they picked right up where they left off with Patrick Mahomes. Explosive on offense. How about Baltimore and Lamar Jackson? He's not just a single-wing tailback, folks. He's a quarterback. And Tennessee, going into Cleveland, Marcus Mariota, Derrick Henry, put up 43 points on the Browns.
The Titans on third down. A perfect 4 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. From the shotgun, it's Mariota. Henry's got it out on the left side. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. So as they take it over, we step aside. On 4th down, here's the AFC Pro Bowl punter the last 2 years. That's Brett Kern to kick it for Tennessee. Back deep for the Jags, D.D. Westbrook. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Give them a couple on the catch. It's 2nd and 8.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal, because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
Throwing again on 2nd down. Minshew, and it's incomplete. The running back, Leonard Fournette, his intended receiver. And that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the 2nd quarter, a lot of time to change things. And this throw will be intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And they are going to set up shop at the 32-yard line. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Following the interception here, Mariota. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Calais Campbell finding his way home for the sack. You never want to give up a sack. From the O-line's perspective, they hate it for several reasons, especially because they felt like they let little brother down back there in the pocket.
Oh, no doubt. They have a ton of pride, and they go into every job wanting to keep that guy clean. They want that uniform with no grass stains, no dirt, nothing on it. But it's really, really difficult. You talk about some terrific athletes who are trying to put him on the ground.
The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
So they've been unable to capitalize on a great field position as of yet. Here's 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Mariota. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. Santos' kick is up and through, and they push the lead up to a touchdown now at 10-3. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces them to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. This fielded at the 2. And not not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. And you have to figure they won't just sit on the football here in the final minute. The way things have gone, they need to try to make something happen offensively.
But maybe they should. Maybe they should sit on it here because of what you just said. They haven't made anything happen offensively. Getting ready to go into the half, give them a chance to take a deep breath, exhale a little bit, and start over. I don't know if this is the time to push it myself.
Yeah, right now under 100 yards of total offense. He'll set up the screen to Fournette. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Now the Jags will use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here. Just a lone field goal for them so far, trailing 10-3 as they come up 1st and 10. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Let's go. 55.
Minshew, 1st and 10. That's out to his running back, Fournette. Oh, and now he bowls him over. A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down.
I know most of the time when the ball's in the air, you're thinking wide receiver, tight end, but running backs, they can be a big part of any passing offense nowadays.
The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
Let's go. 60 or. Like, you. Guys.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Minshew, and his throw's going to be incomplete. He was looking for James O'Shaughnessy as tight end, and it's 3rd down.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
And the pressure will get to him. He goes down. Now there is a flag on the play, but this looks like holding on the offense.
I'm coming back.
On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Adam Humphries deep for the Titans. And he'll get this away into the humid Florida sky. Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Time for a final kneel down or a safe run, and then they can head to the locker room with a lead.
Yeah, or they can even run a screen. You know, something they feel is somewhat safe that might actually pop and turn into a big play. That's what you usually run in this situation.
Or go 4 verticals because why not?
Because you're feeling it, right? You're just feeling it.
So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we now go downstate to Orlando and check in with Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line.
Let's go.
Now Minshew on 1st and 10. Looking long for Westbrook. And that's caught inside the 35. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27. Back in the first quarter, you said it, they need to avoid the big play, but he just got a big one right there.
You can't relax. You know, we talked about in the first quarter, but as the game progresses, still opportunities, and he took advantage of one there.
Fournette, a 1st down carry. And only a yard this time as he's taken down right around the 26. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer.
I have to think a major focus of the halftime meetings had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secured before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
In need of a conversion on third down. They had the big play to start the drive. Not much sense. From the gun, Minshew to throw. And that is incomplete. How about the defensive effort from both of these teams that we've seen in this game?
Would you say it's like a high-stakes chess match right now?
Chess is one way to go. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, the only reason I say that, you feel like they're contemplating their moves before actually making one, and none of them being done very confidently.
Truth be told, I've never... Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now it's scooped up, and this is a lot. The big man, get the oxygen tank ready. The 40.
Partner, I think they saw something there. I mean, they came from the right side deliberately, and you know there's always a designated guy who goes and blocks it, but it's the rest of his teammates that get him free.
Now here's a throw that's taken in by Tajay Sharp. 23 yards, the final tally. Now we've got movement up front. I think this is going to be on the Titans.
Let's go.
That false start knocks them back behind the 10 now as they'll try again, first and goal.
56.
Mariota now. Well, this is going to be caught by Sharp for a Tennessee touchdown. Tajay Sharp there to make the grab. And the Titans are able to extend their lead. Still plenty of time left in the game, but now starting to pull away a little bit. Get some breathing room with that one.
And I don't want people to think that NFL locker rooms are cookie cutter, that everyone's saying the exact same thing in every situation. But I do know that all 32 teams have an emphasis on starting fast. Game, the second half, no matter what. Whether it's first 5 minutes, first 3, whatever. This was a big score to start the second half.
Now after the touchdown, here's Santos to kick this one away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. Last time they had a little bit of a special teams breakdown. That field goal was blocked.
Yeah, and everything has to be precise in the kicking game. Snap, hold, kick. Obviously the blocking to keep people out. So what you really want to do is get in there and get 6 points and take the pressure off of those guys.
They go play action here on first down. Rolling to his left. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Partner, as a quarterback, sometimes you just got to know when the clock has gone off in your head, it's time to go. Tuck it and get all you can.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10.
You don't want nothing. You don't want nothing. Hey, ready?
They'll go play action here with Minshew. It's complete to Chris Conley. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last two plays.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you throw it so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it up in the air for the defenders to grab as well.
But a moot point there as they were able to connect. The full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Big stop, G. Big stop. Let's go.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Sliding out of the pocket. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. This drive starts with 2 steps forward and now 1 back. A pair of first downs, and here a loss of yardage. I don't care if you're taking it in round 1, you're undrafted, whatever. As a rookie quarterback in this league, you're going to have games where you face adversity like this.
Lessons. All the time you're going to face these lessons. The key for this guy is will he be able to bounce back in the next one, because right now, this has not been his game.
Here's a throw right side, taken in by his tight end. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's 3rd down.
I think it's okay there. They didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target, guy you can spot pretty easily. Put it on him when your other targets aren't open.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. On the draw, this is Fournette. And that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll wind up being a loss of 2. And it'll be 4th down.
And we've seen this a few times in this game. That offensive line just, I don't know if you want to call it out physical, out tough, whatever you want to use.
And what people do when that is happening, when they're getting dominated that way, they spread things out a little bit. Make it more of a space game and allow your skill position players to make a few plays out in open field. Take away the physical element, gives you a chance.
The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game, but this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football, because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
Mariota rolling to his right. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a 1st down.
Man, defensively, that hurts. They got him out of his rhythm. They had him hemmed in, but somehow he was able to tuck it away and get away for a gain.
Now they can breathe a little easier, some room to operate as they've got it 1st and 10 now out past the 20. Now Mariota. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down. Well, partner, I want to revisit week 1. I got your positive takeaways from the first week of the NFL season. How about the bad stuff?
Well, let's pump the brakes a little bit on the Super Bowl celebration in Cleveland.
Yeah.
They have to win some games first, and maybe now that's the best thing that could have happened to them. Maybe they can settle in because that's a good roster. Miami, we suspected it was going to be rough. I don't know that we suspected that bad on opening day. Jacksonville, the defense is supposed to carry this team. They got torched by Kansas City. And Pittsburgh just didn't show up against New England. And I don't think we expected that at all, because I thought Pittsburgh's defense was really good in the preseason.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, Mariota. Throw left side complete. That's Lewis. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. Well, they tried to swing it out left into the flat, complete, but really nice open field tackling.
And they played that one like a great boxer. They were on their toes on that one. They weren't back on their heels reacting to the play. No, they saw it, came right for it, and made a nice tackle for lost yardage.
2nd and 12 after the 1st down pass play went backwards for 2 yards. They'll roll him out right. And he will avoid the contact as he slides to a stop. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the 3rd one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Play fake to Henry. Now Mariota. Over the middle, Sharp's got it complete. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Jaguars' 42.
Now that's a big pickup right there, and so often we focus on how the quarterback's faking on play action. How about everyone being in on the deal and picking it up?
2nd and 3rd levels, you can see them trying to recover. They bit. Worked out offensively. Mariota on 1st down. He's got the first down here inside the 30. A 14-yard gain there as they look to improve this 14-point lead.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
Mariota now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run on first down as they get about 3. 2nd and 7 forthcoming. Calais Campbell on the stop. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Yeah, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're...
And they're going to get him. He's sacked back around the 28. Josh Allen able to get him for a loss of about 3.
Sometimes I watch games and wonder why they use play fakes on certain passing situations because it's not going to fool anyone. I don't know if that was the case here, but the end result was the same. No one fooled. The quarterback was hit.
Mariota will need a big play after the sack as the Titans come up 3rd and long. Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
And for the second time tonight, this field goal unit comes out here. This to make it a 3-score game late. And this is right down the middle as he puts it through. And that'll push the lead up to 17. So with that, you figure this game's pretty much out of reach at this point.
Yeah, it's going to take a heck of a comeback to come from 3 scores down, but don't change that channel. Don't go away. Miracles can happen, and you want to be here in case it does.
You're a company man.
Aren't I, though?
After the made field goal, Santos back out there to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. A good pickup there, 21 yards.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
A pass there complete to Westbrook, and he'll work it across midfield inside the 45. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
But that's what you're looking for when you want to throw the ball downfield. You want one of those guys who can play out on the perimeter, can play out wide, who can not only get open, but when they're covered, can uncover themselves downfield and create catches.
Here's Minshew. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up 2nd down. Well, the trials and tribulations of being a quarterback in this league, it's tough. It's got to be wearing on him out there.
Well, he has been sacked a number of times. He had an interception, so I'm going to give him a skosh of credit for hanging in there and trying to make something happen, despite the amount of pressure he's been under this entire game.
On 2nd and 10, it's Minshew. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Logan Ryan. And they will take over at the 29-yard line. Mariota and the Titans break the huddle. 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Now a carry for the shifty Dion Lewis. And to the 36-yard line, taken down there after getting 8 yards.
I have to chuckle to myself a little bit, Brandon, because right now I could be in that huddle with that offensive line. I know exactly what they're saying. If you call a pass play here, we're going to call timeout. Run the football. We've got control of this thing. Get him behind us and let's go.
Their time to shine. They try again with Lewis. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's always been funny to me, Brandon, when coaches always talk about on hot days like the one we have here. Oh, it's hot for both teams. But when one team has the advantage, when one team is running the ball really well and closing things out, it's hotter for the defensive side, and they sag a lot quicker.
Yeah, they say the dog days of August, the heat we're seeing here today, dog days of September, and the advantage right now on the offensive side. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. So that'll back them up 5. Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. After the penalty, it's Henry. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
But obviously they would have at least liked to have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage. Instead now, they're dealing with 2nd and long.
I thought they would have passed it after the penalty. Probably wish they would have now.
Watch left, watch left, watch left. He's tight right there. 4 down, 4 down.
They'll run it again with Henry. And a good swarm to the football defensively as they get him down at about the 40. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there.
That's it. That's what you want. Straight ahead positive gain. Just keep that clock ticking.
The Titans on 3rd down. They've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd down and 12. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that really made the statement after the break. They pitched the second half shutout.
Yeah, think about the team that just got vanquished. They did score in the 2nd quarter. Do you think they thought at all that that would be their last points of the game?
No, but what a second half. The adjustment, whatever they did in the locker room, it certainly worked.
It certainly did, and you're exactly right. Whether it was an adjustment, whether it was just more focus on what they planned to do going in, whether they just played better, whatever it was, it all came together in the 2nd half, and no points were allowed. That's a great way to close them out.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL right here on EA Sports. From Jacksonville, good night, everybody.